Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a very special place in Sri Lanka, where an ancient man-made lake sets the stage for one of the most incredible wildlife shows on Earth.
Seriously, just take a second and try to picture that. Not one or two elephants, but a huge, sprawling landscape just filled with them. Dozens, even hundreds, all roaming free. It sounds like something out of a movie, right?
Well, believe it or not, that amazing sight is 100% real. It happens every single year at Sri Lanka's Kaudulla National Park. It's a place where that larger-than-life spectacle becomes a reality. Okay, so let's get right into it. What is this incredible event that puts Kaudulla on the map for pretty much every wildlife lover on the planet? Yeah, hundreds. That's the mind-blowing scale we're talking about. At its peak, the park becomes the backdrop for this massive seasonal get-together of wild elephants, making it one of the largest gatherings of its kind in all of Asia. Just wow. And this whole event is famously known as the Gathering. It's all driven by a really simple ancient rhythm. When the dry season rolls in, elephants from all over the surrounding areas make the trek to the park's reservoir. It's their lifeline for water and fresh grass. But here's the thing. While the elephants are definitely the headliners, they are not the only show in town. Kaudulla is this thriving, buzzing ecosystem that's home to a whole cast of other amazing animals. To give you a sense of the scale here, the park is massive. We're talking 6,900 hectares. And it's not just one big field. It's this beautiful patchwork of grasslands, deep forests, and crucial wetlands, all built around that one central reservoir. And wow, what a supporting cast it is. You could spot sambar deer, maybe a shy sloth bear, or, if you're really lucky, the super elusive leopard. And that's just what's on the land. The water itself is just teeming with all kinds of fish and amphibians. And hey, don't forget to look up, because Kaudulla is an absolute paradise for birdwatchers. That reservoir acts like a magnet for huge flocks of incredible water birds. You've got painted storks, pelicans, egrets, and so many other migratory species that stop by for the season. Now, this is where the story gets really fascinating. This wild sanctuary, this oasis, it's not just about nature. It has these unbelievably deep historical roots. I mean, they're literally carved into the land itself. See, that reservoir? The very heart of the park, the thing that makes this whole ecosystem tick, it isn't a natural lake. Nope, it's a man-made wonder, an absolutely stunning piece of ancient engineering that Sri Lanka is famous for. And the timeline here is just staggering. The reservoir itself was built way back in the 3rd century AD by a king named Mahasena. So for almost 1,800 years, it was this vital water source. And then in 2002, it was officially declared a national park to make sure it's protected for generations to come. Okay, so if you're sitting there thinking, I have to see this, what does it actually take to make it happen? Let's break down the nitty-gritty of planning a trip. First things first, timing is everything. If you want to see the gathering in all its glory, you have to aim for the dry season. That's between August and December. But for the absolute peak, the best chance to see the most elephants, you're going to want to shoot for September and October. So, how do you get there? Well, it's actually pretty straightforward. Most people fly into the main international airport in Colombo. From there, it's a really scenic 4 to 5 hour drive into the country's cultural heartland. Then you just set up shop in the nearby town of Habarana, which is the perfect home base. And once you're there, the Jeep Safari is the star of the show, obviously. That's how you get right into the heart of the action. But there's so much more to do. It's an incredible spot for birdwatching, nature photography, and even guided walks. Plus, you're right next to the ancient city of Polonnaruwa, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, so you can easily work in a cultural trip, too. Of course, a place this special and this wild doesn't just stay that way on its own. It takes a ton of constant, careful work to protect this paradise. It's really a delicate balancing act. On one hand, you've got these major challenges like human-wildlife conflicts on the park's edges and threats to the habitat. But on the other hand, there are all these fantastic conservation efforts fighting back. Things like wildlife monitoring, reforestation projects, and working directly with local communities to make sure everyone can coexist. And all of this leads to a really important final thought. Visiting these amazing places, it comes with a certain responsibility, you know? It really makes you wonder, how can our own travel, our desire to see this incredible beauty, actually become part of the solution? And how protect it for the future? That's a question worth asking for any of us who love the natural world.